Do you sometimes feel powerless when it comes to your finances? If so, you're not alone. Many women have traditionally been denied access to money and resources, leaving them financially insecure and dependent upon others. This has left many feeling powerless and unable to take control of their own finances. Some women are often stuck in a cycle of debt and insecurity without the knowledge or tools needed to break free from it. It's time to redefine what financial independence looks like for you. By taking charge of your money and investing in yourself, you can create a secure financial future that's full of possibilities. With the right strategies and support, you can become financially independent and inspire others to do the same. Today, we'll discuss how redefining your financial independence can lead you to the financial freedom you desire while inspiring others. Hello, and welcome to Rise to Your Money Power, where we have honest conversations to empower you around your relationship with money. I'm Pamela Plick, and I'm on a mission to empower women to confidently build wealth from the inside out. I help purpose-driven women overcome feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or stuck related to their personal relationship with money so that they can become confident, achieve peace of mind, financial freedom, and impact. And I do this through my signature programs and services, as well as events and community. Lack of access to money and resources has been a familiar barrier for women in terms of achieving financial independence, as well as security in retirement. Women often earn less than men, meaning they're unable to save as much for their retirement or invest as much in the stock market. Additionally, the cost of living has risen faster than the wages in recent years, leaving many women struggling to keep up with their finances. This lack of access to money and resources can create a cycle of debt and insecurity that's difficult to break out of. With fewer resources than our male counterparts, women are at economic disadvantage when it comes to building wealth and achieving financial freedom. Also, traditional gender roles still exist in many cultures today, which can further limit a woman's ability to have control over her finances. With men expected to take charge of the household, the budgeting and decisions related to investments. In addition, the gender pay gap is real, and it means that many women are unable to save or invest as much as their male counterparts due to having lower wages throughout their careers. All of these factors combined can make achieving financial independence incredibly challenging for women. But even with these obstacles, by having money and accumulating wealth, women can lead by example and prove that there's no limit to what can be achieved regardless of gender. So let's dive into the 3 ways to redefine your financial independence. The first way to redefine your financial independence is to implement strategies for becoming financially independent. One of the most important strategies for improving financial security and independence is budgeting wisely. Yes, I said budgeting. Drawing up a budget and sticking to it can help keep spending within reasonable limits and allow you to save more money. And it's important as you're budgeting to make sure that you're including not only budgeting for your monthly expenses, but add the amount that you want to contribute to savings to the budget, as well as the amount that you're contributing to pay down debt. So in terms of putting savings inside your budget, it's helpful to build up an emergency fund or reserve that can be used for unexpected expenses. We all have those unexpected expenses that come up. Maybe the roof leaks or the car breaks down, may need new tires. And so it's so important to have that money set aside so that you're not putting expenses on a credit card that you're not able to pay off within the same month. And ideally, you want to keep a reserve of 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses set aside in a liquid account. And by essential, I mean housing, food, transportation, and medical. So when you're budgeting, you add up what those items are and just simply multiply it by 3 or multiply by 6. And that's the amount that you want to work towards to keep in your savings account, to keep in the savings or build up to in your savings account. Now, the next item, once you have that reserve fully funded and set aside, then investing is also another key strategy for financial stability, with making sure that you research the different investment options that are available to you, such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and even real estate. So it's, there's a place in your financial plan for savings as well as investing. And I just want to say that a lot of times folks are kind of interchange or mistakenly interchange savings and investing. They're not the same. Now, savings is typically money that you're putting aside for short-term purposes or money that's earmarked for something in particular, not designed to build wealth over time. It's just designed to keep that money safe, keep it liquid so that you have easy access to it. In order to build wealth, that's where the investing comes in. So it's important to have both, but you need to understand what function each serves. The next step is to take advantage of your retirement accounts. And so it's so important to take advantage of the accounts such as 401ks or IRAs. And that's also a great way to start investing for the future and building a secure nest egg. So the easiest way to build wealth is through a retirement account. So if you are employed, making sure that you are contributing to your employer-sponsored 401k plan, and definitely if they match, making sure that you're at least contributing up to the amount that they match. And then if you are self-employed or business owner, making sure that you're contributing or taking advantage of the different retirement options that are available to business owners. And, with business owners, we can typically put away more towards retirement. So as your revenues grow, then you can look to increase the amount that you're contributing towards your retirement account. Finally, becoming financially independent should be a primary goal for everyone because it gives you greater freedom and control over your own life. This means developing strategies for generating more income from sources other than employment, or relying on partners or other family members. So looking at ways to generate income for yourself, besides your employment or besides your business, and I mentioned one earlier through investing. That's another way, a passive way of generating income as well. So looking at those different options for generating additional income. You should also evaluate your current situation on a regular basis. So put it on your calendar. Maybe you're going to look at your finances quarterly or definitely at least once a year, and look for ways that can improve your finances by either reducing debt, increasing profits, or also increasing the amount of saving and investments that you have. The second way to redefine your financial independence is to explore additional ways to become financially secure while inspiring other women to do the same. One way to become financially secure while inspiring others is by setting an example. This could involve finding creative ways to, again, make extra income or simply sharing knowledge and resources with other women in similar circumstances. Taking a proactive approach to your finances can help set the standard of financial independence for others. And it's also important not to be shy when it comes to discussing money matters or asking for advice. And it's really so interesting to me that money is still, to a certain extent, a taboo subject. We as women, we don't want to discuss our finances, or if we think that we need support, then it may make us look weak. But it really is so important to ask for advice and get the education that you need so that you can create the financial freedom that you desire. Take advantage of networks and organizations that specifically support female entrepreneurs and business owners. And it's a wonderful opportunity to be in a community of like-minded women who are on a similar path towards creating an empowered relationship with money and creating the financial freedom that they desire. One of the communities, I actually have a community called Rise to Your Money Power, and it's a community for purpose-driven women entrepreneurs. And it's a wonderful group of women who support each other, and they're on the same track in terms of building financial security, but they're very supportive, and it's a place where they can ask questions and get any additional support that they need. Additionally, it's important to find mentors in your own network who can who have the experience in mastering their finances, and you can get guidance on how to do the same. So look at who is already where you want to be, and even talking with them about what was their journey, how did they get to where they are now. And it's interesting, if you start talking to different individuals who are successful or at a point, a higher level of success than maybe you are or where you aspire to be, it's interesting how a lot of the journey is similar. So it's just important to get the mentor, get a mentor, look for mentors, that can not only inspire you, but give you practical advice on how to get to where you want to be. Finally, you should not be afraid to ask for help when needed. As women, we have a tendency to not want to ask for help. We think that it makes us seem weak. And also, I think probably because traditionally we are the caregivers, we're the nurturers in the family. So we're just taught to take care of everyone else before we take care of ourselves. So it's so important to make sure that you're putting yourself first so that you can ask those questions and be in a position to serve those that are dependent upon you after taking care of yourself first. There are many resources available that are designed specifically for helping women to improve their finances. So all you have to do is reach out and do a search and look for those available resources. Everything from reading financial articles, and a good rule of thumb is to maybe set a goal to read at least 3 pieces of financial information a week so that you start to educate yourself. Also, there are some websites that are specifically designed to provide financial education. And that's so important that you want to make sure that you're getting information, impartial information. You're not getting information from a site in which they want to sell you something. So making sure that you read and learn about finances to up-level your understanding. Now, the third way to redefine your financial independence is to break the cycle together. Making sure that you're breaking the cycle of debt and insecurity. The key to that is educating women on their finances and the importance of budgeting. It could involve attending workshops or classes on budgeting, investing, as well as financial planning. Also, teaching other women maybe what you've learned, give them the benefit of your wisdom when it comes to borrowing money effectively, how to access credit responsibly, and also key steps towards breaking the cycle. And also, women should take advantage of online resources, like I mentioned, not only the financial articles and education, but there's so many other resources, such as calculators. For example, if you're wanting to know how much you need to save, let's say you want to retire in 20 years with a certain amount in your retirement plan, then there are calculators that will tell you how much you need to save each month in order to get to that dollar figure. Or even debt calculators. Let's say you have a goal of paying off debt, a certain amount of debt. There are calculators that can tell you how much you need to pay or make a payment to pay that debt off in a certain time frame. So there's lots of calculators. There's also some great budgeting apps that you can use. Typically, if we all use online banking, and with commercial banks, I know they usually have a cash management tool within the online banking app, and you can create your budget right inside your online banking. And that's easy because the money automatically comes out of your checking account. So if you categorize it, it's an easy way to see where your money is going. But there's also other apps that you can use, free as well as paid apps that you can use to keep track of your finances. And if you have a more complicated financial picture. Maybe you have a mortgage, you also have investments, or if you have investment properties, there are applications or programs that can keep track of all of that and let you know how much, what your net worth is growing to over time. So use those online resources to help you manage your finances. Also, by taking part in community initiatives can also help you build a network of support for building wealth. Maybe, for example, a giving circle. There's also, for those of us who are self-employed or either you aspire to start a business, they now have a women's business center in most of the major cities that are actually part of the Small Business Administration. And they have classes that are designed to help you start your business, to teach you how to run a business. So there's resources there as well. Now, finally, advocating for financial literacy at all levels of education is essential in empowering women to make informed decisions about not only their own finances, but also breaking the cycle together. And not only financial literacy is not only important for adults, but if you have children, it's important to teach them about financial literacy as well. One of the biggest issues that I see now is related to debt. And a lot of it has to do with student loan debt. And it's so important that people are educated about what is good debt. Now, it's always good debt if you're investing in yourself, but you want to make sure that you're doing it in the most efficient way so that you're not going to be burdened with a massive amount of student loan debt. So financial literacy is a big part of that as well. Redefining financial independence means not only creating a secure and prosperous financial life, but it's also taking control of one's own finances in order to achieve success and security. By utilizing the tips that I discussed above or discussed earlier, you can build a strong foundation for financial success while inspiring other women to do the same. So to recap what we covered today, I talked about implementing strategies for becoming financially independent. I also talked about exploring ways to become financially secure while inspiring others. And then lastly, I talked about how to break the cycle together, empowering women together to achieve that financial freedom. At this point, I'd like for you to take some time to reflect on your current situation with money and your current relationship with money, and ask yourself these 3 questions to help give you clarity and motivate yourself into action. Number 1, what can I do today to empower myself financially? Number 2, how can I make budgeting easier and more efficient for myself? And lastly, what resources are available to me in my community that might help support me on the path towards independence? I have 2 free gifts that I'd love to share with you to take this learning even further. My first gift is for you. If you would like to learn more about your relationship with money and how it might be preventing you from taking action, I invite you to take my free money type quiz. It only takes 5 minutes and it can change your life. The second gift is for you if you know that you would like to learn more about your relationship with money and how it might be preventing you from taking action, but also you want to identify the challenging patterns and blocks, as well as clarify your next steps towards building an empowered relationship with money. If that's you, then I invite you to apply for a Money Power Breakthrough Call with me. This call is complimentary. And if you'd like to take advantage of either of these two gifts, then you can just go to PamelaPlick.com/thank you. Again, that's PamelaPlick.com/thank you. Then, after you've taken advantage of your free gift, check out my other free tools and resources to help you start unlocking your financial freedom and setting yourself up for long-term success. And as we close, I'd like to leave you with this thought. The journey towards financial independence starts with knowledge and ends with empowerment. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. And until next time, remember, you can rise to your money power.